All right, welcome everybody. It is time for some Zweihander. It's exciting to say that. A new system to me, and I think it's kind of new to all three PCs actually. But what's really cool is it's not new to the game master, Mr. Sean. In fact, it's so not new. We're going to be playing one of his published adventures, which you can see the graphic for there beside him. So, welcome to the stream. I am your host, Wiley Hobbit, also known as Scott, and I will be playing. Oh, I put people in the wrong boxes. I'll fix that while we're chatting. I will be playing Alexander. He's an astronomer, human, and we'll just go around and let's introduce ourselves. Misery, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Miss Misery, and I am playing Lena, the ogre fop, which is apparently an aristocrat. King.
Ogre Fop. I can't wait to see how that plays out. All right, cool. KY Hawkeye, Kentucky Hawkeye. You're muted, buddy.
Oh,
Okay,
But you look
greetings
good.
everyone. I'm Kentucky Hawkeye, or Hawk sometimes for short. I am playing Ehud. He is a human hedge knight. This is going to be a little bit of fun to play. Looking forward to learning a new system.
Yeah, absolutely. Very good. All right.
all right.
And Kentucky Hawkeye is new to the channel. This is his first stream game with us, so welcome aboard, sir. Glad
Thank
to
you.
have you. Misery's an old, tired, tested professional like me, right? And speaking of newbies to the channel anyway, but not new to tabletop role playing games, our friend Sean, our game master.
Howdy, everyone.
I think what we'll do is we'll just throw it right to you and let's get into this thing.
All right, so tonight we're going to be playing The In Between, which is a horror adventure. It's broken into four parts that should, take about a session to a session and a half to play. It's available on Drive-Thru RPG if you want to play it. If you want to, play it after you have watched us run through it, hopefully we'll be a little scary, have a little fun with it. All right, so we will just dive right in. Just open up some map for people. I don't know why I closed that. Go. All right, roll 20 is being slow. That's fine. All right. You have been on the road for 3 uneventful days, and if the gods are good, the next 10 will be the same. The road to Fuchstadt has been getting more dangerous since the war started. But with the changing of the seasons, even the brigands don't want to be out reaving. The fire is warm and crackling as you sit around it. Durant is cradling a small wooden box while he gnaws on the leg of a rabbit. The shadows dance and leap around, rolling off of everybody's faces. This is the perfect kind of night on the road. So the party here has been hired by Durant, who is a fixer, to escort him down south to the city of Fuchstadt because the whole area is kind of fallen into war. And so we find our intrepid party kind of sitting around the campfire at night. It's a good night out here. So what brings you all together? And so I just kind of, put out the ad and you all joined in. Tell me about yourselves for a moment. Regale us with a story.
Alexander is kind of looking at the stars. He's got a little pad out. He's almost maybe not even paying attention, trying to see what the constellation looks like, checking out the night sky.
What do you see up there? The stars going
Oh,
to tell us something.
that definitely seen a lot of stars in the sky, definitely. To trying to decipher that right now. So if someone else could do some regaling, that would definitely be good right now, if that would be okay.
Ehud, tell me about yourself. You've been quiet lately.
My story, pretty simple.
hedge knights, like father before me and father before him and father before him. All of us born with a sword in hand. We all been sell swords since anyone can remember. I saw your ad, I replied. That's what I do. You hire my sword, you get my sword. Whether it's escort like this, battle, cleaning out vermin, whether two-legged or four-legged. Whatever needs to be done, I do.
Good, good, excellent. Am I the only one who's not seeing the stream?
I can see it.
Yeah, we're
Okay,
live. We're
then-
good. I think we're good. Hey,
And I'm just bad at things.
Yeah.
Lana, I've not really hung out with ogres much. Tell me about yourself.
Well, there's not much to say, really. I've had a very boring life. I was adopted. I lived at court. I got myself in a little bit of trouble. So I decided to sow my wild oats and go on an adventure. And now I'm here.
Ah, adventure. Very good, very good. That's the spirit.
definitely going to be quiet according to the stars. It's going to be a quiet night. It's a lot of mystery in the stars. I'm Alexander. I like to be out under the stars and learn things about them, and I can guide the group really well with the stars.
Well, that's good. I mean, we've got the road, and I know where we're going, and gotta just keep everything on the level. He seems to be enjoying himself, but he's always clutching this wooden box that he's got. It's attached to his hand with a handcuff. Just on the edge of the fire's vision, sliding in and out of shadow like sand on the beach, is an old willow. Its leaves having long abandoned it like ungrateful children. Perched across the whole of the tree's withered fingers are a flock of ravens. Fucking creepy that is, Durant mutters, readjusting the box in his hand so that he can keep an eye on the willow tree. Can everyone make me a standard awareness test? So standard is no modifier, so it's just your base awareness skill.
Ravens are definitely a harbinger of doom. Harbinger.
All right, so we've got everyone excellent. So as you look at this tree, it's hard to make out how many ravens there are, and it's almost like you didn't notice them kind of fly in or appear. You just, out of the corner of your eye, you started to see kind of flapping of wings, and it's like dozens of them. They all almost kind of blend into each other with the shadow of the firelight and the darkness of their feathers. But it feels like their eyes are all kind of watching you. Like you can see them kind of blinking. But it's just like lots of little spots of yellow, almost like stars, just kind of watching you. And Alexander, as you said, ravens are usually an ill omen. And then you see kind of standing in the middle of this group is a white raven. And the white raven flutters down and lands right over here in front of the campfire. And the bird jumps into one of the logs that the party is standing on. As the mist rolls in, start to see more and more mist kind of rolling in towards you from the shadows. The raven morphs from a bird into a pale woman in a feathery white hooded cloak. You have entered a dangerous place, mortals. The dark musician has already started playing, gathering his audience. And as she says this, the mist is starting to kind of come in closer and closer towards you.
Alexander will kind of jump up, kind of a husky guy, real pasty looking, freckly, very awkward, kind of almost falls over the log in his attempt to get the log between himself and the cloaked figure. And he's just absolutely taking notes in his music. I don't hear the music. What music?
You'll hear it soon enough. He is coming.
Who's coming?
Who is coming?
Yes, do tell us.
Is the dark musician, the aspect. You are in his place. It's hard to see. We are cut off from the astral here. The Reaper, he is ahead of you. His followers behind. The mist and nothingness live where you once were. You have entered his realm, where the rules that you are used to do no longer apply. Tread lightly here, mortals. Put some mist up for everyone.
Alexander looks at Durant. Did you know about this Reaper, Durant?
I have no idea what's going on.
I don't think we picked a good spot to camp. I mean, the
This
stars.
is just some mist. This is.
The stars
Don't
say it's going to
worry
be
about-
okay, but I never heard of a white raven and that turns into a woman. Definitely.
Just what is place you taking us to?
I am not bringing you here. I am a harbinger. We are all stuck here. The mist has consumed us all. And our only chance is to escape. Can everyone make me a easy awareness test? So easy is plus 20%.
So would you type that in the plus 20 in the situational modifier?
Yes.
All right, 20.
I believe that's how Roll20's thing works.
We'll find out, won't we?
Yep, that's how it works. Doesn't
Excellent.
move mine after 65.
Whoops. Whoops. Just lost my roll 20. I'll get it back in a minute.
Okie dokie. That happens.
I clicked it off. I didn't lose it. I closed it because I'm a derp.
We have all done that. So, as the mist is kind of coming in, the raven kind of, she turns back into a raven and flutters away, and you start to hear kind of a growling and what sounds like feet. Oh, excuse me, on the foliage, kind of crunching, almost like it's moving towards you.
Is sound behind us, to the side, which direction?
It seems to be echoing about. You're having trouble locating a direction. I don't like this. Be on the ready.
I stand up, hand on hilt, a sword ready to unsheath if needed.
Alexander's already up, looking very concerned, confused. The stars are not telling me this should be happening right now. I don't know.
Go ahead and make me a routine education test as you look up at the stars. So that's going to be plus 10.
Alrighty.
Maybe you should look less at stars and look more at surroundings.
Well, I mean, the stars say all the things. They tell you everything.
Ah,
Routine education?
Yes.
All right. Bam. Okay.
The stars seem slightly off, but like you can't really place why. you're just on the edge of feeling like there's something you're missing as you look up at the stars.
Okay.
And as everyone's kind of focused on Alexander messing with his sextant, you hear the growling kind of start to get louder, and then all of a sudden, from out of the mist, three horrors on four legs. They look like they came out of a dog spit from the bowels of hell. They just kind of start descending in, and there's the second, and then you see a third, and they're kind of pacing around you, drool dripping from their jaws. As it hits the ground, it kind of sizzles and it's burning into the ground. Emperors, damn it! Durant reaches towards Durant screams as these hunters kind of start moving towards you. Can I have everyone roll me initiative, please?
Where is it on the sheet?
It should be on your second page.
Some talents and trappings.
Let me open the sheet real quick. I can tell you where it is. I believe talents and trappings is where it's going to be. Yeah. So it'll be, it's the middle, it says initiative. So you'll roll a d10 and add that number.
I don't have a number in my initiative, so.
It is 3 plus your perception bonus.
You said roll a d10?
Yes. And then you add that number.
Okay.
3 plus perception is 6. Okay. I got you.
Well, that plus 8 made up for the bad roll.
I got a 7.
11 for me.
15.
All right. 2, 3, 4. And just as a reminder, the way combat works is at the start of your turn, you get 3 action points to spend until it's your turn again. And you'll see in the combat chapter, there's a list of actions that you can perform, which you can find on page, I need to open the book.
It's in chapter 10, combat.
Yes. All right, it's the hunter's turn first. So I can totally mark my own thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, there we go. All right, so I better move some things around on their screen. This one, come on. What the hell?
You said these are called horrors? Or
Yes.
is that just your description of them?
I called them hunters, but they look like horrors from the pit.
Gotcha.
5, 10, 6, 7. This one's going to charge right at Durant. That one's going to go there. So this first one dives headlong onto Durant, knocks him over the log, and just kind of catches him off guard. And just immediately his mouth is in your employer's chest.
Oh.
And you hear Durant just scream as blood starts to go flying. And then this one is going to attack Alexander. It's going to be a standard as he uses his hunter's grasp to try to attack you with his teeth. So he has to get a 70 or below. I rolled a 32. You can attempt to dodge.
Yeah, I think
Since
I'd probably
natural attack.
want to do that. So, where is that?
It'll be on your second.
Gotcha. So click dodge.
Yep.
No mud.
All right, so you fail to dodge.
Cool.
Oh, wait, you don't have any action points yet, so you couldn't dodge anyway.
Oh, it wasn't my turn.
Your turn
Yeah.
hasn't started yet,
Gotcha.
so they haven't
All right.
appeared. I'm gonna mess up things. It's been a little while.
Don't worry
All
about
right, so he does 9 damage to you.
it. Okay. I will definitely. Oh, dog! As I get bit.
Right. Okay, cool. So that will take you 2 down the damage condition track.
Perfect. That sounds delightful. So lightly wounded.
Yes.
Definitely.
All right. Then the other one is going to attack Lena. Yeah. And he's going to miss. Kind of runs in and just cannot find its target. Alexander, it is your turn. But now you have your 3 AP.
All right. So, I'd like to cast Aegis.
Okay.
So let me punch that one up for you. So you'll see him reach into his pocket, sort of panicky, like he's fumbling around for something. Very awkward. Again, kind of overweight, just awkward dude. Let's see if I can move this out of the way. That will not move. There we go. And he casts the spell Aegis. And so it adds 3 to my damage threshold, and I can't bleed.
Excellent.
So that's kind of cool. And is the dog like on me or anything, or?
Like he kind of he jumped up and he like bit at your arm and was on you for a second, and you managed to kind of pull him, get him off, and then you cast your shield.
Okay, was that successful, the cast?
Yes. You rolled a 42, you needed a 60, under a 65.
Below the 65, okay, great.
Yeah.
And I'm going to save that should leave me still with 2 action points, is that correct? So I'm going to save one, because if I move, I'll have an attack of opportunity against me. So now if I wanted to cast another spell, I could, and that would still leave me an action point, right?
Uh-huh.
All right, then I'm going to go ahead and cast Magic Missile. And I'm going to zap that dude. So you'll see me pull out the silver dart. I've got like a pocket in my I have like a lab coat, kind of gray, grungy, wrinkly, and I'll pull it, and you hear the clink of these little silver darts. I pull one out, and I cast Magic Missile.
All right. Go ahead and hit that cast button. Excellent, excellent. So go ahead and roll 1d10 and add your wisdom bonus.
Oops, I'm gonna switch. Okay, I think my wisdom bonus is. Where is that?
It'll be next to your wisdom. It's in the big box.
Is that willpower?
Yes, willpower. Sorry. Saw the W in my brain.
Yeah,
my brain
so
D&D'd for half a second.
Yeah, that's cool. So that's 6. All right, very good.
How much damage did you do?
12.
12. Excellent, excellent. That takes the thing down. So, your missile, kind of the pin, levitates over your hand, and you kind of go poof, and you throw it, and it hits it, and it like digs in, and the creature howls, and there's a pinprick of blood, but it seems like there's magic kind of like emanating in that area, almost like a supernatural wound.
Think of that dart sort of like the guy on Guardians of the Galaxy with the blue.
Oh yeah.
But it's not
Yondu.
Yondu, but it's not that cool. It's just a little silver dart, and it only goes from me to my target. I can't make it do all the stuff Yondu does, but it's kind of like that. Yeah. And I'm gonna hold my last action point.
Excellent.
All right. So how many action points is going to take me to move so I'm within chopping distance of the one attacking our higher?
It'll take you 1 action point.
All right. I'm going to move there.
pull out my sword, and I'm going to try to hack at this thing that's attacking the boss.
Excellent. Since he's kind of engaged on and focusing on ripping Durant's guts out, it'll go ahead and it'll be a routine difficulty test.
Okay, so I just hit this roll button next to my sword, right?
And it should ask you to fill in a modifier, and you'll
And
plus
be
10.
0? Plus 10?
Plus 10, because it's routine.
Yeah, okay. So it is plus 10.
Yes.
Okay. Thought I misunderstood. Okay. Ooh.
All right. So you come diving in, and you try to swing, but you're just kind of a little too high, running kind of just over its head, as all the tentacles on its back are kind of willowing about. Durant kind of looks at you, and one of his arms reaches out and grabs you, and it's the hand that the arm that the case is attached to. Take it! Take it! I'm not gonna make it. Take the case.
All right, with my remaining point, I'm going to take another swing at this critter.
You can only attack once.
I can only attack once? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. All right.
That's all right.
So, all right, since I can't do anything else, with that action point, can I take the case from him?
You certainly can try to it's still attached to his wrist with a set of handcuffs.
Mm-hmm.
You can attempt to try to remove the case. How would you like to try to take the case from him?
Oh, I suppose try to use my strength to whatever, depending. Not is it a chain that's connecting the cuff to the box?
Yes.
All right. Just because I don't have time to do anything else, I'm just going to try to break that chain with my bare hands.
All right, go ahead and give me a challenging athletics test.
Okay.
And challenging is minus 10.
Okay.
Oh, you grab it and you pull and your hands slide and the chest kind of comes back and whacks you in the face.
Okay.
So that you critically failed because you had a match and you were above what you needed.
All right.
Like fooling around. And Lena.
I am going to stand up with my knuckle duster in my left hand and my rapier in my right. And I'm going to take a strike at the guy in front of me with my rapier.
Excellent. That'll be standard. So you just lay your rapier right in, just boom in, boom out. And like you feel like you made a good hit. Your weapon is not adding its modifier. What is your second? I can tell that rapier's not set right. Counts and trappings. Rapier should be coming from your AB. Is it not? Alright. Oh, it is only 2. Okay. 2. Okay. Oh, never mind. It was correct. I just looked odd. So you poke it and you pull your rapier out, and it just doesn't seem to have gone through this thing's flesh as far as you had hoped it would.
All right. Can I still hit it with my knuckle duster?
You can only make one attack a round.
Oh, okay. That's it for me then.
All right. You're just holding on because you might want to dodge or parry. All right. We're back to the hunter. This first one is going to continue to rip at Durant. It pulled more of his guts out, And he kind of throws his arm up to try to defend himself, and it starts just tearing at his arm and like pulls it half out of its socket and off, and he's kind of yanking at it, and Durant's screaming.
Sounds
And
kind
this
of awful.
this one is going to attack Alexander, and he is going to hit.
Am I able to now? I'd like to.
Yes, you can
Dodge.
attempt to dodge, and it's
Yeah.
still standard.
It's under talents and trappings. Here we go. Ooh.
Ugh.
Nope.
You know, you try to do something fancy to avoid it, and he does 9 damage to you.
Okay. How does the Aegis affect?
So it adds to your damage condition track, correct?
It let me scroll back up again. I think
It
it
adds
adds
what?
3 to my damage threshold. Let me find it real quick.
Right. So you'll just add 3 to your base damage threshold, and it'll populate across in the character sheet.
Uh-huh.
So that'll just affect your, how much damage you have to take across the board.
Okay. So I've had 18 damage.
Right, and you don't have to keep track of how much damage you've had,
That puts
because
me
that doesn't. So so your damage threshold is what now? 6?
Oh, it's
because
6
you have
now.
the-
I see what's happening. Okay. It's
Yeah,
6
so-
now.
And then, so yeah, it didn't populate across. Anyway, so it becomes 6, and you took 9 damage.
Yep.
So
I'm
6
total
plus
of
6
18.
is 12. So you only go down 1 step.
Gotcha.
Because you don't need to keep track of there's not I've taken X amount of damage.
Right.
It's each time you're hit, you see how many steps you are taken down.
Gotcha.
And since I did more than your base, but not enough to be the second one, it's just 1 step.
Gotcha. Okay. So I'm moderately wounded.
You are indeed moderately wounded, which means I need to not injure you. So that moderately, seriously, and grievously, once you reach those levels, whoever attacks you rolls a d6. If they get a 6, you suffer an injury.
Okay. That sounds
And
exciting.
then we roll on the injury table. And it's scary. This other one's going to attack Lana. And is going to miss terribly. Kind of thrown off by this weird rapier poking. Alexander.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and try to... Let me look at my weaponry here. Oops, I'm on the wrong page. I think I want to make a melee attack.
Sounds good.
And I'm going to try to hammer this guy with my staff. And then I'm going to hit him with a magic missile. So let me make my attack roll with my staff. So you'll just see Alexander lift his quarterstaff and bring it down on the skull of this thing.
Oops.
Looks like I didn't make it.
No.
Okay.
Like you bopped it on the head.
Yeah, but it didn't really have much of an impact.
It just kind of shakes its head and looks at you.
Like, really, dude? Okay, so I'm going to cast Magic Missile. So I pull out another one of those little darts.
Yep.
And throw
And
it.
boom. Again, you find your target.
So roll 14 damage.
Nice. This time, it finds its target, and it kind of just barrels through. Can you roll me a d6, please, sir?
I can. That's a 1.
All right. Cool. Then it is Ehud.
All right. First thing I'm going to try to do is I'm going to make one attempt to try to get the box off of his wrist.
Okay.
So So, okay, I'll get to the right screen here.
Are you gonna do it the same way where you're kind of pulling at the chain?
Can I swing my sword at it to try to break it with the sword?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a easy martial melee or simple melee, whichever you're using.
Okay. So that'd be plus 20.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Okay.
Your sword connects and it snaps the chain, and you get the case, and you've got it in hand now. Run! Take it and run! He yells, coughing up blood as he's continues to just be viciously mauled.
All right. With my second point, I want to take one more swing at this critter.
All right. And that'll be standard.
Okay.
Excellent. That hits. You do not have your weapon set up. So
Okay,
what is your combat bonus?
Combat bonus is 7.
7. All right. So you did 7 plus the 3 that you rolled. 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. All right. So you've got one more action point if you want to do anything
All right.
else.
The other one I want to do is I want to go ahead and parry.
Well, you need to be attacked to
Ready?
parry. It's
Oh,
a
okay.
reaction.
That's reaction. Okay, never mind. All right,
That's
then
all right.
I will. I'll hold that in case I need to dodge.
That sounds good. And it is Lena.
I am gonna take another stab at it with the rapier.
That'll be standard. So you kind of stab at it, and it like grabs at your rapier with its mouth for a minute and kind of gnaws on it before kind of thrusting it back towards you.
Okay. No attacks with opportunity in this, is there?
There are, if you move out of their engage, but you can use disengage, and you can also use like a perilous stunt to try to dodge it, not dodge it, but like slow it down or incapacitate it.
I'm gonna stay where I am then, just in case.
All right. You hear what sounds, everyone kind of hears what sounds like pan flute music playing in the back of their heads, and you start to see bloody footprints kind of just appearing, slowly moving into the forest. And you hear Durant yell again, "Run! Fly, you fools!" as the mist kind of starts to creep closer to the party.
Maybe we should go. But I don't know if I can outrun this dog.
The first hunter just continues his attack on Durant, finishing ripping his arm off, and then just diving into his throat and just tearing it out. And then the second one is going to turn and going to continue to attack Alexander here.
Okay.
And
I'm gonna try and dodge again. I still have 1 point left from my
there you go.
attack round, or my turn, excuse me.
Yeah.
Get down to dodge here and dodge. Bear with me.
All right, we're all, that first combat.
Ooh, there we go.
Excellent. So he comes diving at you, and you kind of hold for that second right before his jaws are going to get there, and then you like just pirouette out of the way, and you get your action point back.
None too gracefully.
Right. But since you crit, you don't spend an action point on that reaction.
Nice.
And then the other one here is going to attack Lena, and he is going to miss terribly as he just kind of dives forward. with his 97 to hit. Yeah.
Close.
All right, Alexander, it's your turn, sir.
Okay. I think what I want to do here is move. I want to run.
Okay.
So I'm looking for that.
So you're gonna look up at the movement actions,
Yeah.
which are gonna be at the top there.
Guessing hustle or run. Run. I'm gonna run.
I would use there is a
Is there a disengage kind of thing?
yes. What is it called?
Oh, okay. To get out of the
Yeah,
attack of opportunity.
it's maneuver. Oh
There it
yeah.
is.
All right, but you can only maneuver 1 yard.
Gets me out of an engagement.
Right, but to hustle, then you would have to take the opportunity attack because you can only do 1 movement.
Oh, I see. And he's probably just going to re-engage me.
But if you were to say hustle, or even charge, you would be able to, or run. That's what you could run. You would gain 3 times movement, 3 to your damage threshold. It invokes an opportunity attack, but it would definitely get you away.
I think I'm going to try that.
And the goal here is just to kind of get off the map.
Right. Are these boxes yards?
Yes.
Okay, so I would be able to move like boom, boom, boom. And then I would have to suffer an attack of opportunity.
Right. Which he is going to hit.
Shoo.
That's 9, 10, 11. So he deals 15 when he hits you.
Ooh.
But remember your
My
damage
threshold
threshold
went
went
up
up
3.
by another 3.
So that's 9.
So it's at 9.
So that pushes everything
So-
3 more up. 15,
Right.
21, 26.
So 9 plus 6 is 15. So you would drop down 2.
Ooh, I'm grievously wounded.
And he dealt a wound.
That's a bummer.
That is a bummer. Let me see. Let me get to my wound table here. That is, you're at grievous, you said?
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll me a D100.
Okay. I think it's because this Zweihander representative who was in here in chat put R.I.P. and Grim in there, and I think he's cursed us. I think that's what Matt did to us right there.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
They do that in every streamed Zweihander game.
Probably. All right, 36. All right. You have a maimed foot.
Named for
Until fully recuperated, you cannot use any weapon with an encumbrance value of 2 or more as you're in pain. You must undergo a successful surgery or suffer the consequences.
All right. That
Once the
sounds-
maimed foot has undergone a failed surgery, you lose 1d6 plus 1 toes. For every toe lost, you permanently lose 1% brawn. If you lose all toes, you gain the veteran's boot drawback. If you already have this drawback, you permanently lose 9% brawn.
None of my weapons have an encumbrance greater than 1, so that's not going to be a problem.
Excellent.
So,
So you're just going to have trouble regaining levels to your threshold until you're healed.
Okay.
Because your foot is kind of bleeding and mangled.
right.
Yeah, as you were trying to dive away, he jumped up and he kind of grabbed your foot and twisted on it, and you managed to rip it out of his jaws as you kept moving.
Okay. But the good
You're
news
just been able to
is
move at what's your move? It is
where is that? I'm on the wrong page.
talents and trappings. Your
Cover 6.
movement is 6.
Yeah.
So you can move up to 18 squares. So
Wow. So I'm out of here.
yeah, you're booking. All right.
Okay.
So you are in the wild of the woods. Ehud.
All right, I'm gonna do the same thing.
All right.
So let me get back to the right page here. Let's see. Let me get where I can see everything again. I was looking something else up. Let's see. I'm going to attempt to run.
All right. He's gonna make an off attack upon you, which is gonna miss.
Okay.
So again, if you're running, you get 3 times your movement.
And that again is here. That's on the talents and trappings? Or?
Yeah, for how much your movement is.
All right, where's it at here?
Middle of the page, those boxes that go across.
Oh, here we go. Let's see, it's 7.
Yeah.
So 7 times 3 is 21.
So plenty of distance to get away as you kind of dive out of.
Securing, holding the box tightly to me as I run. How heavy is it?
It's not that heavy. It's like briefcase weight.
Okay.
And Lena.
I'm gonna follow them. Turn and run.
All right. He's gonna make himself a. He is going to hit you for 9 damage.
I dodged that.
You used your 3 AP to run.
Oh, okay.
So you'll take 1 step. Or no, that's wrong. You will take 1 step, so you'll go to lightly wounded.
Okay.
Excellent. And then let's move away from there. Grasping the sides of your chest, you guys stop running for a second. The pain is shooting through your bodies. Looking around, the group takes stock. What do you have left? Everything was in your bags. You ran with what was on your back and in your hands. The darkness is creeping closer, surrounding you. Far ahead, you see a pinprick of light. Can everyone roll me a d10, please?
So we left all our gear?
A lot of it, yeah. Because you were attacked while you were just kind of camping. Excellent. All right. All right. So Lana, as your the sound of your feet kind of vanish, and the sounds of your party members seem to fade away as the darkness consumes you. Turning, you feel nothing. You see nothing. You hear nothing. Your heart starts to quicken. The blood pounding in your head. Can you make me a standard resolve test versus fear?
Is that all of us?
No, this is as you're moving through the darkness. That's what the D10s were for.
Okay.
Because different things are happening to you in the darkness of the woods.
Do I just click resolve or
Yes, just click resolve because it's standard.
any modifier? Nothing.
Nope, because it's just a standard resolve test. Excellent, you're good. So the you feel the fear and you're able to kind of tap it down, and you're like, okay, I'm good. You start to the sound of footfalls kind of start to come back to you, and you reorient yourself. You can kind of see and feel your party members again, and the pinpoint of light is ahead of you, and you're like, okay, I think I've got this. I'm good. As you keep moving. Ehud, hot breath is on the back of your neck. Goose flesh ripples through your body. Instinctively you turn, but there's nothing to see. So you just kind of stop, and you kind of feel like there's someone behind you, like they're like real close to you with this like warm breath that's just kind of breathing on you. Is there anything you'd like to do?
I sword in hand, I turn to try to look to see if I can find who is following me so close that I can't, and see if I can see them.
You turn, and it takes about half a second, and then Alexander kind of crashes into you, but you feel like he wasn't close enough to have been breathing on your neck. And then as you guys continue forth, Alexander, your hand finds a tree. The bark it's rough and covered in knots. No, like it's. Can you make me a standard scrutinize test?
Sure.
You run your hand like it doesn't feel like bark, and you're not quite sure. It leaves this weird feeling like it's in the back of your head like this wasn't this bark, but it's just I can't place what it felt like. And as your hand comes back, your fingers are stiff and they're kind of tense, and it takes you a second to kind of work the stiffness out of them.
Where are we in here? Where Durant is gone? He's looking around, kind of panicky. What? This tree's weird. It's definitely a very weird tree. It's on my hand.
And finally, you kind of make it out of the forest into this small clearing, and you see you're again on the main road. There's a lamppost and a single lantern kind of swinging in the cold night breeze like a long forgotten criminal on a gibbet. And there's a pair of signs under the lantern pointing north and south. To the north, it reads Mullensburg, which is the town you came from. And to the south, it says Chesterdale Inn.
We're supposed to be going to, what was it, Fuchstadt? Does anybody know where that is? I don't know where that is.
Make me a navigation test.
I'm pretty good at this. As soon as I find it, there it is. I've got a where is it? Azimuth skill, which I think adds something anytime I navigate. Like I can't get lost as easily.
I believe that's what it is.
Find it here. Here it is. Okay. When you can see the stars, you gain a plus 20 base chance to navigation tests. And you always know true north above ground, even during inclement weather.
All right.
All right.
So as you look
20.
up at the stars, yeah, go ahead and add your 20. Okay. You couldn't even fail. So as you look up at the stars, you know that Fuchstadt is to the south. It's along the river Roraban, so you follow the road. And you're looking at this sign, and you're kind of like, and you look up at the stars, and what the sign says is north, and what the stars say is north, do not seem to add up. And as you're looking at them even closer, where south should be seems closer to east than it does to south. Like it's almost like it's going north, east, southwest. Almost like the stars are jumbled.
It's very strange. I got my sextant out. I'm looking. The north should be here. Everything's off like 15 degrees, 20 degrees. It's off. Fuchstadt should be any points in the direction of where it should be. Fuchstadt should be that way, but the signs are definitely telling us different.
So down kind of draw something real quick. So up this way is the
What we trust, sign or stars? Star boy, which do we trust?
Well, I definitely would trust the stars, of course. I mean, there's no question about that. What you would do there. It's the stars. For sure.
So which direction would you like to head?
Towards Fuchstadt. But what's in that box?
So if you'd like to try to open the box is locked. So you guys can attempt to bust the lock if you'd like. You can either pick it or try to smash it.
Did Durant tell us, other than Fuchsstadt, where we were going or why we were going there?
He did not. He kept very
Okay.
quiet about why you were traveling there. You know he works for um, the Duke, and you're in the Duke of Lapsburg, which is the country that you are currently in, and they're at war with their neighbors across the river, Barenberg. So you know he kind of does shady things for the Duke, who is currently um, in the city of Fuchsstadt, where the war is being fought.
So lock picking, would that be under skullduggery?
That would indeed be under skullduggery.
All right, I'm gonna try to. You who try to pick the lock first. Why break box if not have to?
Exactly.
That seems like a good idea right there. Don't break it.
Okay.
But yeah, to try to pick the locks, you like get your like pick in and you kind of jimmy the lock and you fling it open, and all that's in the case is some papers, and they have this weird kind of glow as you like open the case. For a moment it seems kind
Oh.
of bright, and then the darkness of this area kind of consumes again, and it's just blank papers.
Paper. You risk life for paper.
Oh, let's look at the papers. Maybe they will tell us what we're doing. For sure.
Go ahead
Pull them
and
out. Can I read them?
go ahead and give me a kind of awareness test as you start to flip through the pages. Routine.
Nice.
So as you're sliding through them, you kind of catch the moonlight, and you can start to see ink. And the heading on the first page says the MacGuffin Report, and then it looks like it's military intelligence, and it seems like it's a reflective kind of ink that shines in the moonlight.
So
Interesting.
So probably this is probably for that for that Duke guy. Probably.
Most obviously. And he'll be wanting this quickly.
So we should get to Fuchsstadt then. You think? Because it's that way. He points very confidently in the direction.
If that's the direction you say, then that direction we go.
And all you see on the sign is Mullensburg it pointing north, and pointing to what it thinks is south. It says the Chesterdale Inn. So you guys gonna move towards the south, or what the stars are kind of saying?
We're gonna.
South.
I mean, if nobody's gonna contest me, then Alexander will definitely want to follow the stars.
All right. So you got. That's not.
Can I ask a question?
We
Really?
follow Starboy.
Earlier, when we had the when I did that education, and then the stars seemed like they were off.
Uh-huh.
Do they match the sign, the offness of the stars?
No.
Okay.
They do not match the sign.
Okay.
All right. So you guys follow Alexander for a bit as he. That's the wrong layer. There we go. As he kind of leads you through the woods and the forest. And then you guys find the road again. And it feels kind of like you're going in the right direction.
And I will use my staff to kind of prop myself as we go along.
All right.
Just because
As you because your foot's all mangled. As you walk down the road, the sound of crying and shovels assaulting the ground fill the air. The road makes a hard left turn as if trying to avoid the small walled graveyard that is sadly sitting by itself, weeping as it crumbles. The iron of the gate is rusting and mournfully sighing as the wind blows it open and closed, again and again. Inside, you see a group of common men and a preacher standing over a single grave. The men are digging, and the preacher is reading from the litany of light and order.
As we are walking, Ehud takes scraps of paper from his pockets and puts that in the chest and puts these special papers hidden on his body just in case someone tries
Excellent.
to steal the chest.
So, as the men are digging, and they're all kind of like drop some people here on the map real quick. Scroll down through all the junk I've got.
DM life. Hashtag.
I know, right? Just put, there's the preacher, and then I have some rabble. I needed to make more tokens. All right. You see, so as they're digging and they're kind of like chattering and talking to each other, what would you guys like to do?
I'll take off my giant hat. Just trying to try to look a tiny bit more professional or respectful.
I look over. Do I see weapons in hands or just just men with shovels?
Just men with shovels.
I don't pay much attention then.
Looks like someone passed away.
Yeah.
Can whoever is within earshot make me a routine folklore test?
All right, I'll jump on that.
I will.
Okay, you got it. I won't worry about rolling since you got a good one.
So, you were aware that what the preacher is reciting is a warding blessing against evil and not a funerary rite. You hear one of the other men kind of mutter, "This isn't right. She was left here for a reason."
It's weird. They're not doing like regular like funeral prayers and stuff. It's like more like a protection magic on the body or definitely on the grave. Yeah, that's what they're doing.
Protecting from undead or to stop undead.
Evil spirits and things. I don't know a lot about that kind of magic. It's weird. It's hocus pocus. If it was based on the stars, it would be good magic, but it's definitely weird. But it's not like a funeral thing. Like a funeral would be like one of those.
I think Lana is, like I said, she has her hat off, but she's also going to put on her friendly but respectful face. Basically trying not to look too scary. And she'll walk over to the group and say, "Good day, you have my deepest sympathies. What has happened here?"
So as you're kind of walking up to them, they don't seem to pay you any mind as you're walking up. You see them hoist a rotted casket out of the ground, and they pull a body out of it that's wrapped tightly in linen, and kind of throw a little holy water. And then they kind of and then each of the diggers throws a rose towards the grave. Can you make me a scrutinize test as you kind of walk up to them and you say your hellos and they continue just doing what they're doing?
Yeah.
So you notice you can kind of almost see the moonlight moving through them, and no one seems to quite be making contact with the ground. Can you make me a hard resolve test versus fear? It's like they seem so very wrong. Like you can see through them and they're not quite here. And it fills you with, as you've seen something wrong, kind of dead. But again, you are hardy, and you manage to kind of steel yourself, and you're like, okay, I'm seeing ghosts, but it's cool. We're good. We're good.
Everything is fine.
I think she's just probably gonna keep that friendly, respectful face, but just with her hand up, just like backwards, back towards the group. They're
What?
ghosts.
What did you see up there? What are they doing? Are they burying the thing? Ghosts?
They're ghosts.
What do you mean ghosts? There's no such thing as ghosts.
Go look if you want, but I could see through them. They're not touching the ground, and with the whole general spookiness we have going on, they're ghosts.
Maybe we should just go then.
So we have ghost unbury dead body.
Maybe.
Do I remember if the
They're
body
coming
itself
this
was
way.
the
Maybe
same
we
way,
should
or
go.
was it just solid?
Everything looks the same, and you see as the preacher throws a white rose into the casket, into the hole in the ground, and they kind of hoist the body up, and they walk out of the graveyard, and just kind of they move right through you. They move just right through you as they kind of head up the road.
I not like the look of this.
Yeah, they were see-through.
Were all of them ghosts or whatever? Or was the
Yes.
priest more corporeal? Corporeal.
You go ahead and make me a easy scrutinize test as you kind of watch them walk by.
Okay.
And the body they were covering, they carried, it was solid.
No, the body is also. He kind of walks like as they walk right by you. You're convinced that they are not corporeal in any way.
Like apparitions of some kind. Are they going in the direction we're going?
They are heading in the direction you were going. Yes.
Maybe we should just follow them. They'll take us to Fuchstadt. Just not real close. You know what I mean? Not too close.
Or they take us somewhere to turn us to ghosts.
Well, we kind of have to make a decision.
We still have to go to city anyway.
Yeah, might as well follow him.
Just not too close.
Just not too close.
Definitely not too close.
Anna's gonna walk next to Alexander, so if he starts to fall down, she can just kind of grab him, hold him up, and she's like 8 feet. Oh.
Yeah, he's leaning on his staff, gimping along, but yeah. Okay.
Since I am most fit physically, I will take first position.
There you go.
Definitely.
In case something comes, I can protect our injured friend.
You again, as you walk, go ahead, Alexander, make me another standard navigation test.
Definitely very injured. My foot. It hurts. Nailed it.
And so as you look up, you're kind of looking at the stars, and they almost seem to be moving this time now. Like they're not
Wait a minute.
stationary like they should be, but they're almost kind of like you're in a planetarium, and they're just
Hang on.
they're
Everybody stand still a minute. I don't understand. Definitely this. Checking my sextant. Kind of shake it a couple times. This is weird.
What problem
Start leafing through a book of something that was in my lab coat. Well, the stars are moving. That's definitely weird. And it's really hard to navigate when the stars are moving.
Can you make me a easy resolve test versus stress as you are looking at the stars and they're not doing what they should as you're used to them doing? You kind of look at it like, okay, I can deal with this. I can science it out.
Yeah, you'll see him start to. Looks like he's like just figuring out a formula, graphing really quick, like trying to plot. Okay, if the star's going that way, how do I refix our position? Let's see, tangent of the thing, and he's like furiously mathing with his quill and little notebook. Let's keep going this way. Definitely.
As you're mathing, you realize that you had been going kind of the wrong way, and that you kind of reorient your compass, and that's what you're convinced is now the correct directions.
So now I got to go to the south, this way.
There we go. I managed to draw that S upside down. Haha.
Very nice. Let's let's go this way, you guys. I got it now. Definitely.
You are sure of this.
Oh, very sure. Just like I was before. Yeah.
That's what scares me.
Stars are moving. That's weird. Never seen that.
So
Well,
as
road
you
not moving, road always go to place. Why not just follow road? But whatever.
Oh.
as you're moving, go grab a piece of something. Da, da, da. You kind of again see the. Oh, I guess you're not gonna see that because the fog of war is there. But the mist kind of is starting to get thicker. Again, as the stars kind of start to stop. Giving you that direction, that southward direction that you are now convinced of, and it kind of leads into the woods through the graveyard.
Oh. Looks like we have to go this way now. So I'll start heading that way. Just not even really. I'm just got my sextant, kind of got my little map that I've created. Not really watching where I'm going. Definitely.
Look around again for the road signs, see if there's anything.
Go ahead and give me a easy awareness test.
And what would easy be?
Easy is plus 20.
Okay. Ooh.
You do not see any road signs floating around.
Okay. I'm just gonna shrug and follow behind him.
Right.
Definitely this way. I'm sure of it. Stars
So
aren't
as-
moving as much.
Yeah. So as you enter the graveyard, it only like 12 headstones that aren't smashed and overgrown with vines. Most of them have the hammer of the God Emperor. But there are one or two that have like an old kind of a cross marker. And then you see mostly the dirt seems to have fallen into the pit where they had pulled the corpse out of.
Let's just get through the graveyard here. This is creepy.
Yes, let's move quickly before stars move again.
That's a good idea.
As you're starting to move, you kind of hear this pan flute music start to play again. And you see, as you kind of, can everyone make me an awareness test?
Are you aware of nothing but confusion over moving stars?
The other two who Lord, so many things. No one. So you just kind of hear this pan flute music that's playing as you kind of start to move through, and then you hear behind you kind of this thump and a growl, and you see
Oh, not more of those dog things again.
it's one. You see one of them, and it kind of looks injured, like it's dripping, and it's covered in blood, and it's kind of got Durant's arm still in its mouth as it kind of starts to look towards you and kind of scrape in the dirt as it looks like it's about to charge towards you.
I
Can
full
everyone-
sword and charge towards first.
Can everyone roll me
Stand in front of
initiative?
Alexander.
It's a D10 plus that number, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Definitely bad animal.
Excellent. So, Ehud, you managed to get your sword out first, and you have the initiative.
All right. Will it use up all my AP to go towards it so I can get a strike on it?
You can spend 2 AP and charge. So your movement will be +2, and
Okay.
then you'll add an extra D6 Fury dice to your damage if you hit it. So that would take
Okay.
all 3 of your AP to charge, and then use your attack to hit it.
Okay.
And that'll be since you kind of got it before it reared up, it'll be routine.
Okay.
You kind of get there and you're like, and it's just a little you overcorrect a little too much.
I hit
Trying to
the
get-
arm and I hit the what's left of the arm rather than his head.
Yeah. Then it is the hunter who is like, he spits the arm out and he dives toward you. Back to his page real quick. That is going to, well, that's a critical fail. Or no, that's a 10. I can, yeah, 0, 0, 0. So that's a hit, not a, yeah. I can read my percentile dice. So, would you like, you don't have any AP. So he does 8 damage.
Okay. So my BB plus DTM is 8, so that means I go from unharmed to lightly wounded?
Correct.
Okay.
You just took down 1 on the damn, there is my pen. Alexander.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Aegis. So that adds 3 to my what do you call that? Damage threshold.
Right.
So that puts it to 6.
Go ahead and make your incantation test.
18. Bear with me here. Okay. So do I cast a spell? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let me.
And then they have fixed difficulties, so.
Right. Okay. So cast Aegis. Ooh.
Oh. Your magic goes terribly awry as the wind is knocked out of you. You immediately, so go ahead and roll a d10 plus 1.
This is just not my day,
No, he's having a bad day.
Sean.
Ooh.
So you suffer 11 peril.
I'm gonna kill myself.
Well, luckily, peril is not
Damage.
fatal. So you'll see that on the first page, your peril condition.
Okay.
Track. So you are imperiled.
Okay. That's awesome.
But nothing negative is happening yet. but you are defenseless because you have kind of fallen to the ground as the
Okay.
spell kind of blew up in your face. You're just like you're having a bad night.
Okay.
And
I think
Lana.
that'll be my turn then.
Or Lena, sorry. I will not pronounce that wrong.
It's okay. You can actually say either one. It's just habit for me. So I'm gonna go over to the damn thing.
Do you wanna charge, or you just wanna walk over to it and hit it?
What kind of advantage does charging give me?
Charge, if you hit, you're gonna add an extra d6 fury dice
Sure,
to
I'll
your
charge.
damage. Alright.
And I will hit
And that'll be routine to attack it. Oh, the dice are just not playing fair tonight.
No.
Like at all. And we are back to Ehud. Unless, yeah, no, because that was 3 AP.
Alright. I guess first we take strike at this silly animal.
It's snarling and its drool keeps hitting the ground, and it's like almost like it's acid, and it's like hissing and spitting up. There you go. Again, we had what? Established the sword was not built in there. Because you should be doing more than.
So how does it calculate the damage? Takes
It
the
is your combat bonus plus. It's the combat bonus plus the d6.
Okay, so. Hang
And then I believe, do you have a shield? Oh, wait, you know, I opened the right character.
on. 11.
11. Excellent.
And this is if you roll a 6.
Oh yeah, I have a buckler.
Okay, cool.
And if he were to have
So-
rolled a 6, does that mean you get to roll another d6? Is that the exploding?
Correct.
Yeah, the exploding feature.
All right, so
Yes.
where on the weapons and attacks for my sword do I put for my bonus? Is that the load?
It'll be I believe it.
Oh, damage bonus right there.
Combat.
Okay.
That should be it.
All right. All right. I didn't see that
Yeah.
line. I didn't see that line down.
There we go. Now it's working.
Mhm. All right. Cool.
As I just roll your sword for you.
Yeah, we tested out. I understand. Okay, so an 11.
An 11. All right. So you strike, and your strike is true, and it hits it, and it kind of digs deep. Can you roll me 2d6 to see if you injure it? Because your mortuary sword is vicious.
Oh, man.
2 ones. So it's hurt and it's limping, but you didn't deal an injury. You're just kind of chipping away at it, and it in turn kind of stares at you, and then returns the favor.
All right. Can I do the parry now?
You can attempt to dodge.
Attempt to dodge. Okay.
Because it's using a natural weapon, so you can't
okay.
parry it. You dodge it.
Okay. Cool. Gotcha.
Good Lord, my mouth is dry today.
All right. So I need to go to dodge. Where's that? Where did the dodge button?
It's on the talents and trappings page.
Oh, on the wrong page. That's why. Okay.
Kind of
Dodge.
2/3 of the way
okay.
down. Yeah.
Got it.
What?
Ooh.
God, Completely forgot about fortune points. Um, we'll bring those in next week because I'm dumb.
Pro streamer.
Yeah, yeah,
Hey, it's rookie night. It's rookie night for all of us.
yeah. No kidding. All right. So you do not manage to dodge. You almost like as you fumble around. I know that
Stupid
incurs some
gravestone
corruption, but
got
I need
in
to
the
look
way.
that up.
Stupid gravestone got in the way as I tried to turn.
Right?
Yeah. All right. So
Just don't
he
fall in the...
does 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He does 13 damage as he hits you.
Okay, so as long as it's not 14 or above, it's just a single hit. It'll just
Correct.
be a single movement, right? Okay.
Right.
I go up to moderately wounded.
All right. Gonna kill a PC yet tonight.
How road
Sounds
captain.
about on par. Didn't
No
my
kidding.
character die first game last?
Second, I think.
I think he
second or third.
Devin died early last time.
They died the same session.
Gelatinous cube.
All right. Okay, then it is Alexander.
Okay, I'm gonna fire off a magic missile because I can do that from way over here,
You can indeed do that from way over there.
and I am gonna stay right over here, and I'm gonna do that.
Excellent. So go ahead at hits.
Good.
So go ahead and roll me your 1d10 plus your willpower.
6, 11.
Excellent. How do you want to do this?
I just want it to bury in that thing and drop it, just clean and neat. See my Yondu silver dart.
So it like runs right through, and the thing just kind of collapses with a whimper, and it starts to kind of sizzle, and it burns its way into the ground. And you again kind of start to hear the pan flute music start to kind of pick up.
Can we tell where it's coming from?
Go ahead and make me an awareness test.
All right. Let me get to my... Nope.
I was gonna I forgot to give you a difficulty of easy, so you'll be able to see it.
Okay.
As you hear the pan flute music, you start to see kind of bloody footprints again appearing, and you see a man in kind of dark clothes, and he's got kind of a large hat, and he's playing a pan flute, walking kind of away from the graveyard, going in the direction that the funeral procession had gone.
Which is the opposite way Alexander thinks we should go.
Correct.
The
people.
bird lady said that the Reaper would be coming with the music, dark music thing. I don't know about following that. It makes me uncomfortable. It's definitely creepy.
But again, as your what would everyone else? What is everyone else's opinion on the creepy man as the mist kind of starts to appear again? What would the party like to do? Anyone?
I don't know. What do you guys want to do? I know we got to get to that. Definitely need to get to the city. Get this information to the Duke guy.
So you said for sure if we go this way, we're heading towards the city.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You
Kinda
take another reading?
Yeah, that definitely was going to do that right there. So I'll check, get my sextant, look at the stars, look at my map. I've kind of drawn my math.
Mm-hmm.
Are the stars in the same position?
The stars have moved again, and it's looking like south is following the road the way you were initially going when you walked back up this way.
This is very, very disturbing. Now it's telling me to go that kind of in the direction of the footprints. It's telling me. Definitely very confusing. I've never had this happen before.
I think we should just follow the road.
Okay.
Also, you're muted. Okay.
Okay.
Stars keep moving. Road never moves. And I start walking toward the road.
You'll hear. I'll be
Excellent.
muttering to myself in disgust. Damn stars! It's not supposed to move.
As you head down the road, the footprints all kind of start to vanish, and the man you were following he fades into the mist, and you again pass a road sign where you can see Mullinsburg being pointed to behind you, and forward you see it's pointing towards a place called the Chesterdale Inn, and that's where we will wrap for tonight.
Definitely. Whew. Stars aren't supposed to move. And you said that was Chesterdale Inn?
Correct. The little
Maybe-
sign up.
Maybe the inn is in Fuchstadt. I don't know.
We can only hope.
Mm-hmm.
If you'd like, you can make a have a test for that, real quick. You would like to make a routine education test to see if you recognize that name.
And this is plus 20, right? Plus.
Yeah,
10.
Routine is plus 10. I got to get that memorized.
See if I remember from any other mercenary work.
You have never heard of the Chesterdale Inn? I know for a fact there's no such place on the road. You are certain that there's no such place on the road called the Chesterdale Inn. You are dead certain that is the place that does not exist. And that's where we'll wrap for tonight.
All
I
right.
hope everyone had fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Still alive.
I know. Still alive, and we'll worry about dealing with injuries. And I totally forgot you guys get fortune points. And I know there's some corruption, and my brain just kind of floofed it. So we'll bring that in next week.
Cool.
Because you
Okay. Sounds
you
good.
could have negated one of those injuries by spending some fate points, which I forgot about.
It's all right. We'll get there, man.
Yeah, no, it just dawned on me like right near the end. I was like, I forgot a major component.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
Cool.
We'll get
I like the darkness. This is cool. All right. So, Sean, tell us a little bit about the game. Like, where can people find this adventure? If they want
You
to play
can
it.
find it on Drive-Thru RPG. Right now it's in 4 parts, but it's in a bundle, and I'll have to get a link here. But it is coming out soon in print and as a singular PDF that's all 4 parts.
Cool.
So, I mean, if anyone picks it up now, it's just going to update. So it's not like it's going to be like, oh, you need to repurchase it.
Right.
I mean, unless you want the physical print copy, because, you know, those things have to be printed. But that'll probably be still almost a month off because everything's slow because we live in the worst timeline.
Right. Whew, that's no lie. All right, so let's just go around the horn and do outros. I'll go last. So, Sean, where can we find you, sir?
You can find me on Twitter and on Discord. The names in the description there. That's usually where I'm all around. The Willie's Discord, and then of course I'm on the Grim and Perilous Discord constantly.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, there is a Zweihander Discord you can search and join. Great. Well, thanks for GMing the session and getting this going. Ehud, Kentucky Hawkeye. Where can we find you? What are you up to these days?
Oh, you can find me under KY Hawkeye on most social media except for Facebook. On my Twitch channel on Tuesday nights, starting back up at 6 p.m. is my weekly Lego stream. We need to finish up Lego Marvel Superheroes 2. Took a short hiatus from that. Thursday nights is my weekly Skyrim serial. Next week will be part 2 of our new story, A Kentucky Hawkeye and King Jarl Balgrov's Court, kind of my take on the Connecticut Yankee story by Mark Twain, only with me in Skyrim. And then on Saturday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, U.S., adjust your time zones accordingly, is my show Grappler's Keep, where we have our own WWE 2K20 universe where a number of DMs, GMs, and RPG players from across the Twitch universe compete in the ring that we affectionately call the Dice Tray inside Diet Water Arena. And we just finished our Chamber of Horrors pay-per-view, and now we are going to be going back into some regular sequence of matches here as the calendar. I'm resetting the calendar and getting new pay-per-views all set up and everything, changing the WWE ones to things that are more tabletop game oriented and stuff like that. So that's on Saturday. That's Saturday nights. Otherwise, Cancer Cleric by day, RPG Fanboy by night. If I'm on and around, I'll probably be watching whoever's on, or trying to find ways to guest as a free agent on the different channels across the way. So that's where you'll find me.
Very good, sir. Awesome. All right, Ms. Misery, tell us a little bit about what you're up to.
I'm not really anything. I'm not active on social media at the moment, but I am here on usually every Wednesday, in the as to be announced game, and on Saturdays I am over at Radio Dad's channel playing a Ghost of Saltmarsh game. But that's it for me.
Nice. Awesome. And I'm your host. Super glad everybody was able to come. We played this tonight, Zweihander, and my virtual background is closing it out, but this is a giant tome of goodness and rules deliciousness, and we are learning, and it is fun. So Sean, thanks for bringing it to us. This will probably run a few sessions, and then behind that will be a new D&D 5e game called Mysteries in the Dale Lands. We're getting that kind of put together as we speak. Wednesday night game is going to shift away from the current homebrew campaign into something of probably one of the published adventures. We're going to do a session 0 this week to kind of nail that all down, and then hopefully the following week we'll get started with the new campaign. And then I'm also in the Saturday night game over on Cranio Day with Ghost of Saltmarsh. There should be a link at the very bottom of this, beneath what you're viewing us in, to join our Discord, so you're always welcome there. All kinds of cool stuff going on, and new games and streams and things coming, so just kind of keep an eye as the channel starts to kind of find its way and grow a little bit. So thanks everybody for hanging out in chat. And thanks players and General Game Master, GM, for running us through our very first session ever of Zweihander. And I'm going to go ahead and raid, see if we can go over to my friend Jake, Mini Terrain Domain. So thanks for coming, and we'll see you right back here 8 o'clock next Monday.
I'm excited.
All right. Take care, y'all.
Yep.